Alright, welcome. We're getting into the third game of a very interesting best of 5 because right now Violet is seriously on the ropes. He is being the red Zerg in the bottom left, going up against SK.MC, the very powerful and very, very good position, goodly position, nicely positioned Protoss in this specific series, whereas he is right now up 2-0 in a best of 5. And that's not so good for a Violet. But MC is going to happily be forge fast expanding happily on Daybreak, because Daybreak's a great map for this particular style of play. And what this also is a great map for, I referenced it actually in either the first game or second game. Basically, you can block off these two bases really nicely with a probe very quickly. And that's really unfortunate for the Zerg because those are the only bases you can really get. You can't take your second base here. That's just not a good spot. It's way out in the open, and you've got a huge ramp moving up to it. You've got this other, even bigger ramp going into it. You can reinforce there and defend it, but no one wants that as their natural. It's either this one or this one, and you want those 3 bases by the 5-minute mark, so you must be in a good position to defend it. So now MC is just going to go ahead and happily macro up. You can see his forward pylon is there, and looking around at Violet's main base, you do find MC's probe. So right now it's blatantly obvious to Violet that he can't hatch first or do anything like that, as this pool is going to be... Wow, look at all that. Yeah, look at that. MC just queues up all those things and then just ignores the queue. He's going to probably just throw down the pylon because that seems to be one of the things that he enjoys doing. I'm curious if he's going to actually Nexus first or not, because if any map's a good Nexus first map, it's Daybreak. This rush distance is so long, and oh, he went for the forge anyway. What was that, like a 16 forge? I think it was a 16 forge. We'll probably go for a 16 forge and like an 18 Nexus or something. But pretty much, I guess the only real benefit to... Oh no, Violet's going to get down his third, or natural. Oh no, his third, because his natural's getting pyloned. But we do see that MC is throwing down that pylon actually before his Nexus. So he's literally put that into his build order to delay the natural by that amount of time. So now we're going to have the Nexus thrown up, and there it is. Nexus is now up for MC, much faster than the natural can be. And we can see how MC is just going to probably sit here and try and look to see if a drone's going to move out to get the third base, and if not, he could even do things like throwing down a gateway to further delay the putting down of natural expansion. We do have 4 links in play, and Val's going to probably start following the probe, but oh, MC is going to choose to instead get the scout to see nothing. He's looking for gas, most likely. I can't imagine anything else he'd be hoping to glean information-wise. But there it is. Now he sees the gas. He's going to now lose the probe very, very efficiently because it's on creep. And probes on creep are a bad thing when they're trying to stay alive, because it just won't work. Once again, he's got Zealot-wide choke. He's got his gateway at the front being produced, and we see a third base coming down for Violet. So once again, we've got kind of a repeat of the first couple minutes of pretty much every single game. No lead here or there. It's just what happens. There's no opportunity for someone to be overly ahead right now. We do see that MC is starting out mining it pretty much the moment he could. So perfect efficiency for these assimilators in their terms of their lifespans. They've always had 3 guys in them. But the natural is now done, and the Cybernetic score has been put down in kind of a weird spot. Look at this pylon. Pylon. Apparently cannons are pylons now. But you see this cannon's very far in front. And that kind of makes me a little bit nervous for Violet's possibility of doing some kind of frontal roach push. As clearly the pylon's not exactly over here. This is very Ling vulnerable as well. And it's a hole that can definitely be exploited. So this probe is now being sent out to get down that nice all-important sky information. It will be able to see that the third base is up, as MC has not been able to confirm that is coming up. But now he has. So now he knows. And now he can go ahead and move around and start trying to just react to the fact that it's standard play, because all he wants to do is make sure that the third is there, because Violet is playing standard, which means MC can just go for his normal things. A big 2-base push, just normal, good, solid, very standard Protoss things, as I fumble for things to say because I need to go to bed. But the plus one weapons is halfway done. They'll be really good for him. It's a kind of an essential thing in PvZ, is if you want to be able to make your forces efficient, you need that attack upgrade. It's especially important when it comes to the point in the game around 12-13 minutes or so where Zerg is maxed and Protoss is 120 food. You need every single unit to really be effective. Otherwise, Zerg just move in and just A-move to the victory. And no Toss wants that when they're in a game like this. We are going to watch this probe may throw down a pylon. But this Stalker's going to try and be a little bit aggressive, and it can do so for actually a fair amount of time considering, but right now Violet's actually got an opportunity to get a surround. Oh, Violet, if he just send those links farther up and then left move, he actually might be able to get a full surround on the Stalker, but as it stands, it will be able to survive completely, and we have MC's probe completely being spotted by this Overlord, and now we're going to watch as Violet's just moving up all of these guys. I mean, there's no chance MC will be able to keep that pylon. It does get cancelled rather nicely, but this is unfortunate. This is MC's presence on the map, and it looks like he may actually just try and save it with this Stalker, but that's going to be a bad move, as that's not going to be able to go so well. I know. Oh my god, what? Violet redirecting those links. Yeah, excuse me, I just burped. That was not on purpose. Now we have +1 out already, 8 minutes into the game, and we're having the forward pylon now in play, and there we see the death of a link too. But Violet will be able to defend this at least for a moment or two, considering the fact that he's getting out macro hatch. He's got his roach warren done. He's producing roaches. His metabolic boost is almost completed, and he's got creep spread out between all of his bases and can continue spreading it so. MC right now is just returning to pretty much the standardness and is going for the thing he always does, and that's a massive gateway attack. He's going for an 8-gate attack, and he's so strong with this. He's even getting down his +1 armor too. So even if this fails, he'll still have a lot of upgrades. He's going to throw down Twilight Council and start getting down his next set of ups. But MC is moving along with this large zealot force against the Lings that have no upgrades. The Evo Chamber is getting down the carapace, but that's not going to be done in time for this push. There's still over a minute, almost a minute and a half left on that research. And that means MC's going to be happy about that, because he's got a minute left on his +1 armor. So even if, for some reason, he waits for that, he'll still be able to have... Oh, there's a Death... Never mind, it's not a Death Stalker. He'll still be able to have a upgrade lead over Violet. We're going to see that this, oh, nice forces, oh, perfect forces actually, very nicely spread apart, but look at the movement that Violet's doing a great job of moving, and he's sniping off sentries too, and that's a really big thing. But, I mean, look at the amount of sentries that MC already has. He's relying so heavily on these sentries. 11 sentries, plus he lost one. So he would have had 12 sentries for this push. The amount of force field and unhappiness that would make an opponent feel in a whole lot of situations is crazy. He's now adding the Stalkers for the DPS, but he's very low on pretty much everything but sentries. They're literally the unit he has the most here. But there's the Guard and Shield. We're going to see forces going down, blocking off a lot of those roaches nicely. As Zealots are moving in here down the bottom, we do have a big, strong attack coming in. MC's got more Guard and Shields up, more forces blocking behind a lot of those units. He's streaming in more reinforcements too, but oh, there's that pylon going down in the back. So Violet is trying to defend, but look at MC's sentry count. He's still got a bunch of them, but their energy is very low. He can probably do some retreating forces, but it seems that he's going to basically switch into going for his mass DPS units now. It's going back to mostly Zealots and Stalkers, which is perfectly fine. He's already limited a lot of what Violet can do, as Violet is just trying to go more. But look at this, he doesn't have the Queen at his third. He's got Queen as natural and 2 Queens in his main for a macro hatch and all that, so he's still got a lot of larva. But MC is continuing to push forward, and there it is. He's moving more force fields, but they're locking in units that want to be locked in. Only a few forces are actually being completely eliminated in terms of their effectiveness, but what MC is doing is just letting himself prevent Violet from being able to retreat, having the option of retreating. Now Violet's retreating after he's lost a ton of units, and MC's going to continue being aggressive, and it's just starting to look really, really bad for Violet. Violet's lost a ton of units. You can see that he's even lost a bunch of drones too, but his third base is now looking very vulnerable, and that Queen is not going to be able to pop. But we do see the big pop of resources too, so the resources will return for that Queen. The drones are trying to retreat. You have one Zealot. Oh, this lone Zealot is so dead. So dead. But the big thing is that the +1 carapace is done. So his Lings are now going to be actually not worthless. which is really important. But you can see how MC has pretty much abandoned the Zealots. The Zealots actually in the back, they're hiding in the back, but now we're watching all the huge amount of force was being so effective against the Lynx. They're not doing anything. MC's locked himself into a fort, and this fort is not falling down. The siege is not working. Vile's actually getting sieged inside his own face. That's never a good feeling. As right now, MC is just dragging, and there is a GG, well played, and MC goes ahead and takes a very nice victory, having a nice best of 5, just solid games all around. But MC really showed his strength with going for those timing pushes. The first game and the third game were complete and utter gateway pushes. The first one was a +2 blink stalker attack. Now we just see an 8-gate 1-1 push that just never stopped the aggression. It started at what, 8 minutes in? The game ended 13.5 minutes in. That was literally 5 minutes plus of straight pressure. The presence that MC had on the map was massive. So, seriously well done by him. Violet put up a nice fight. I mean, in that second game, I was actually starting to get worried for MC because Violet was setting up for such a nice Broodlord move. But MC kind of killed him before he got the MC went for a really nice attack at a great time to try and it hit right before the Broodlords could have come out. Blue very spire and everything was on the way, but it just wasn't quite enough. So MC does end up taking out Violet in a really good series. So big congrats to him. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.